Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? I am Adrienne M. McLeod, and some know me as Chantrell. But either way, I go by either one. Um, Welcome everybody to the group. Knowing your worth. Thank Woo Woo, Wanda Jones, all those other names she has for creating a group that women can talk, vent, get advice from I think that's a good idea. I think it was a really good idea because sometimes we need to talk to people that aren't as close to us as we would normally talk to, because when you get a certain age, you already know when you talk to people what their opinion is going to be or what they're going to say. And sometimes you just need a fresh opinion, fresh eyes or whatever you want to call it. But I am an author, speaker, and entrepreneur. I'm a motivational speaker, but I take the motivation off. I'm just a speaker. Go around speaking in different women's groups. I'm also an author. My book is coming out in a couple of weeks. I'm excited about it. Those of you who can purchase it, purchase it. It's a book about, it's called A Wounded Soul. And it's about me, basically, a time in my life where I was going through some rough things. I don't want to give too much away in the book, but in the book is not necessarily about bashing anybody. The book is about me. So, when people start to read it, they're probably going to get angry about, different people or characters in the book. But it's not about them. It's about me and what I went through and how I came through and how I dealt with what I was going through at the time. I just wanted to pinpoint a couple of things out in the group, as I've been watching videos today, because I was led last Thursday night. I just really wanted to like reach out to women and make a video, like make videos and stuff. I don't really want to do a YouTube channel because I do have a website. It's not complete yet. I mean, it's up, but it's not where I want it to be. So I'm trying to decide where I want to put videos at. Do I want to put videos on my website? I don't really want a YouTube channel. Don't want to use Periscope. I remember Woo Note she mentioned making a video in this group, and really today I was really led to start today, and I said earlier I'm going to make a video and put it in this group, not for just the ladies but for myself also, because I noticed that with me, I do a lot of healing when I speak and I talk to women, about different issues. I don't want this to be long and drawn out, but I do hope whatever I say tonight will help someone, and if it doesn't, take what I think that in this group, everybody's different. There are going to be things that you like about, something somebody says. There are going to be things you don't agree with, that you're going to disagree with. I would say take what you need. Take what you need, ingest it. What you don't need, regurgitate or don't take it. You know what I'm saying? I think also it's very, very important for women not to judge, because the very people that you judge and say, why do they do this, or I wouldn't do this, and you're just going to come a time in your life where you're going to be faced with the same issues or the same problems, and you're going to need to know what do you need to do. So it's very, very important that as women we don't judge one another, but help lift one another up. I also think that it's important to know people by the Spirit instead of always just knowing their business. You should know people enough to know that, okay, something's going on, something's not right with them. Let me pray for them, or reach out to them. Even if they don't necessarily want to tell you what's going on with them, they just say, yeah, I'm going through some things. Just, keep me uplifted. You know what I'm saying? And it just depends on everybody's belief system. Me, of course, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. So, that's what helps me a lot. And in my ministry and the church I go to, it's best to just know people by the Spirit. You don't have to, people don't have to tell you their business. Again, you should be able to look at somebody. Something's not right with them today. Something's a little off with them today. Let me go ahead and pray for them. Jesus touched them. Lord touched them. Or however you want to work it. But getting to the name of the group is Know Your Worth. And that's very so very important to me, that women know their worth and know who they are. I think that when you're very young, you don't know who you are. You're trying to find yourself. But as you get older, you begin to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what you like in a significant other, what you don't like. What you like in your friends and what you don't like. And a lot of times with women, it takes a while for you to know those things, to actually know who you are. Not for anybody else, but know who you are for yourself. Because I've learned that if you don't know who you are, you can get lost in relationships. You'll lose yourself in relationships. You'll lose yourself in friendships because you're so busy pleasing other people or making sure other people are taken care of. Like Wu stated earlier, she's a very compassionate person. She loves hard. I'm a very compassionate person. I like to make sure, all my life I've made sure everybody else was taken care of. But then when it comes a time in my life where, honestly, we get to a place where we need people to take care of us. And some of us, we don't reach out to people and say, hey, I need somebody. It takes us almost like falling on our face for people to realize that we need something, or we need somebody, or, we're prideful, or we don't want to ask for help. And that's the type of person I am. I just don't like to ask for help. I don't like to tell anybody what's going on with me. I just like to deal, so basically hurting in silence, which is not good because that can lead to, depression, suicide, and other things. But knowing your worth is very, very, very important. It doesn't matter what age you are. Everybody finds out who they are at a different age. And again, I'm going to repeat it again, knowing your worth. We have to know, who we are and our worth. Even if we don't know who we are and our worth, know that no one has the right to mistreat you at any time. I heard Aria say earlier, not to put you on the spot, Aria, but I heard you say earlier, in your relationship, your friends and them, they just couldn't understand why you would stay with somebody that, I don't necessarily know the details, but I heard you state that, but he's not like that every day. That statement right there, that's a red flag. You know what I'm saying? We always want the person that we love, for whatever reason we fell in love with them, we always want them to stay that person that we fell in love with, but they don't always stay that way. But at the same time, if you look back and you see they're causing you more damage and more hurt than they're loving you, that's a red flag. When you say that, well, he's not like this every day. Okay, what dictates how he is? You know what I'm saying? And again, I get what you're saying. We're not going to turn this into a bashing session on men, because this isn't really about him. It's about you. It's about what you will allow, what you won't allow. And I think a lot of times we get hurt because we say we know deep down inside they won't change, but we want them to change. We say, okay, you know what? I'll take the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it's not always good to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes you have to say, you know what? I'm going to just go head on and hurt right now and be by myself rather than stay in a relationship and hurt. What's the point of being in a relationship and hurting if you can hurt outside the relationship? It's kind of like I can do bad all by myself. If I'm going to sit here in this relationship and I'm going to be the only one paying the bills, I might as well not be in the relationship if I'm going to be the only one paying the bills. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how much do you want to hurt? And we know when enough is enough. We can't depend on our girlfriends, our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, anybody to tell us, oh, you need to get out of that. Only we know when enough is enough. When we know we're done and we're fed up, that's when we're going to walk away, and then sometimes they'll push us away. But at the same time, when they push us away, sometimes they come running back. Are we going to be strong enough to say, no, I'm not going to put up with this? I'd rather be by myself than put up with this. How many times do we go running back? I mean, we've all done it. So, and I had wrote down a couple of pinpointers, and I'll leave that at that. You just have to ask yourself, how much do I want to take? Do I want to be happy, or do I want to walk around hurting, going through pain and sorrow and everything else? If a person can't uplift me, I don't need to be with them. If a person is always tearing me down, I don't need to be with them. If a person is always making me unhappy, I don't need to be with them. And I know we've all been there. I've been there also, where I had to say, hold on. There's only so much tearing down I'm going to let somebody do to me. Because as you're letting them tear you down, you're losing yourself. You have to love yourself enough to say, you know what? This is not the place that God wants me to be. This is not the place that, my parents would want me to be. And this is not a place that I want my daughter to be. If nothing else, think about your children. Is that a type of relationship you want your daughter to be in? Because even if we don't think they see, our children see. Especially our daughters see what we let people do to us. And you don't want it to carry over. You don't want her to think that, okay, this is the best that we can do. Well, my mom went through it, so I'm going to go through it. It's not okay. It's not okay to go through it because your parents went through it. We want better for our children. We want them to have better relationships. We want them to build healthy relationships. And in that, we have to build healthy relationships with them. So, another thing that, we talked about being in a positive relationship. I talked about my book. We talked about being passionate. Woo, I would say to you, yes, I would say to you, I'm glad you're about to take a couple of days off. You need it. You really need it. It's good to love people and want to be with them and make sure they're okay, but you have to take care of yourself. Like you said, your son's about to turn 16 tomorrow. I'm so glad you're going to take a couple of days off. Even if you do go up to the hospital and be with your friend tomorrow or in the next couple of days, make sure that you still take time out for you, because we can get so overwhelmed with everybody else because we want to be there and we feel bad, or because of the compassion within us, that we don't take care of ourselves. And it's important as women that as we take care of other people, we take care of ourselves, because if we're down and out, you know, they still don't have anybody to take care of them. And if they can't take care of themselves, and then we down and out because we were trying to take care of them, who's gonna take care of us? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not always, and it's for some reason it seems like the people who take care of the people the most are the ones that don't have anybody to take care of them. So we have to take care of ourselves. We have to get rest. We have to eat healthy. We have to exercise. We have to have a peace of mind. So make sure that as women we take care of ourselves. I laughed when I heard Wu say she lives a double life, because you don't live a double life, honey. You don't live a double life, because my thing is, if you're the same person, if you're Wu or if you're Wanda or if you're ridiculous Wu or whoever, if you're the same person on the inside and you have that same passion, no matter which name you go by or whoever, whichever life you think you live, you're one person. I think what it is we have to decide eventually what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna be in this life or we're gonna be in that life. And I mean, you kind of understand what I'm saying. So I just think that we're all one person. We just like different things, but everybody in our life can't be a part of those different things. So I think I had a point when I was like, man, am I living this double life? No, I'm not really living a double life, because some people know about certain things I do and some people don't. Is that I'm living one life and I just don't have everybody. Okay, let's just say, like, okay, you go to church. All of your friends don't go to church. It doesn't mean that you live three different lives because you go to church on Sunday and Monday through Saturday you don't go to church. Again, that's just my opinion. So I wouldn't say that you live a double life, because if you're the same person no matter what, you just live one life. You just choose not to let everybody be a part of every aspect of your life. So, other than that, I don't want to keep talking you guys to death. I really enjoy speaking to women. I'm really looking forward to all of the interaction in the group with the women. I'm looking forward to like testimonies of people that are going through, people who have been brought out. I'm just looking forward to like just loving on women, period. Just loving on women, making sure that they're okay, making sure that they're healthy, making sure that they're happy. And I mean, just positivity, because there's not a lot of that in this world. A lot of people are trying to do the same things, but they can't do it. A lot of people want to reach women, but they can't. You can't reach women if you don't have a testimony. You can't reach women if you haven't been through anything. Not saying that you haven't been through anything, but if you can't tell somebody positively what to do or give them positive advice, you can't reach them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's important the life you live. It's important the people that you reach. It's just important. I have a story. I'm getting ready to start working on my second book. And my second book is going to be about, the other side of my life. Not the other life I live, but the other side of my life. The struggles I go through, the things, the demons that, battle me every day. And, that it's going to be about that. And some people are not going to be able to read it, but it's important that I get my story out. But in that being said, again, I'm Adrian. Some of y'all call me Chantrell. But I enjoyed talking to you ladies tonight. And everybody have a good night. And just go to bed and just have positive thoughts. Wake up in the morning and have positive thoughts. If you're going through something, reach out to somebody or talk to God. And all that being said, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later and have a good night. Know your worth.